All right, we live. Welcome to Caribbean Culture and Lifestyle. What's going on tonight, guys? What's going on? What's going on, guys? What's going on? Happy Friday to everyone. Hope you guys had a blessed and wonderful week. All right. This is busy time, so you just gotta do what you gotta do and as much as you can. But man, it's been a busy time. But at the end of the day, life goes on and you just gotta do what you gotta do and make things happen. But this is real busy time, man. Garden season, other things to get done. So you're just doing your thing. But shout out to everyone. Shout out to all the hardworking people. Shout out to all the single parents, whether it's a man or whether it's a woman, shout out to you. Shout out to all the doctors, shout out to all the bus drivers, shout out to all the farmers. Man, shout out to all everybody. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do, man, just do what you can and the best you can. And try to hold it, keep it tight, and just do what you gotta do because as we know, man, life is changing. Life is changing everywhere, even in the Caribbean island. Every part of the world, life is changing. I'm even seeing there's floods everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All different areas, there's floods, people, fire. I mean, what is actually going on? But man, I was so busy, I didn't even choose a topic tonight. But I'm just gonna go with the flow tonight. As you know, this is what we call Caribbean culture and lifestyle. Caribbean culture and lifestyle is a place where we come every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have conversation about different islands. We have about the culture. There's a lot of islands out there that's never been highlighted. Last week's show, we did a live where we was showing different islands, many different islands. Some of them, a couple of them, I never even heard of them before. So I'm sure there's people out there who did not hear about many. Some people only know about the Bahamas and like Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? That's the islands a lot of people know about. But when you talk about Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, St. Kitts, all these beautiful islands out there that people actually don't know about. And the thing about it, man, you could actually, for the people who want to go on vacation, you could actually take a vacation and go and travel from one island to the next within that vacation. So what they call it island hopping. Island hopping is where you go on a vacation and you could go to different islands. Then you could go to these islands and there's sister islands. Some of them have sister islands. Some of them have lots of little islands around them that connect to them, but just the water separate them. You could even use hire one of them speedboat. There are people walking taxi underwater that can take you to these small islands where you see beautiful beaches, white sand, Blue Waters, the culture of the people, the lifestyle, the food. Awesome. So I'm just saying, if for the people who actually trying to go out there and on vacation and want to know places, do some research. There's a lot more island than you dream of. You see what I'm saying? Also here, we try to highlight them from time to time. So yes, Caribbean culture and lifestyle is a place where we come hang out and we just have a good time. We have our laughter. Then we have our time when we just share the information. Then we have the time when we just talk more about the culture. So I did not come up with any topic tonight. So I'm going to talk about different things tonight. Okay, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with the skills. The skills a lot of people survive from in way back. The skill a lot of people survive from way back. Now, in the earlier time, way before my time, well, you know, way back ancestors, you know how it goes. Many of them, you know, everything get easy now. Everything get way easier now because I remember when, even in my time, I remember when they used to have this long saw and two guys walking the saw and they busting down these big logs and they just going. They just going and they just doing their thing without any complaint. They just know I got to get this done. But these people were so skillful because at the end of the day, they got to make sure these wood cut straight. You see what I'm saying? Because they are like Tode. In Tode wall, you have machine that you could just line it up and the machine split it for you into the wall. But in them time, people was up and down and cut beautiful, straight cut. So these people was actually skillful, not a machine doing their job. It was them actually skillful. These carpenter, very skillful. Now we have everything. Now we have saw, we have machine, we have power saw, we have machine. All they got to do is set the measurement and push it, and the machine bust it down. This is where we are now. But in them time, people actually used to bust down these logs with a saw. And I'm sure it's not just in the Caribbean. I'm sure it's everywhere. I'm sure it's everywhere. That's how it used to be in times gone by. So we actually see how skillful the carpenter was, right? Then we move on a little to the mason. Most of the time, most of the time, the thing about it is carpentry and mason is almost the same. If, because it all deal with measurements. At the end of the day, they all deal with measurements. You see what I'm saying? So now you might got to do cuts to create the measurement that of what you're trying to build with the saw as a carpenter. Now with the mason, you will still got to create cuts, and depends on what you're doing. Just like carpentry, where you got to be very skillful in your cuts, in the angles. It's the same with mason. Sometimes you got to make a circle with a wall, like a circle, and you got to figure out how to make that cut. These cuts to build, cut, build to make that perfect circle. And these guys, what I'm saying is, these guys has no tool to help them. They have zero tool to help them. But guess what? They did it. And look the kind of war they used to do. Without tools. They use what they had. But guess what? They make it work. Compared to today, if we don't get the right tool, it's like we can't do the work. So Mason was an amazing skill as well, because I'm going to tell you, sometimes you got to know how to, when you run the blocks and you create the space for the windows, you got to know how to build, they call it the lintel. You got to know how to box that up, put the steel across from one end to the next, tie the steel, box it in, and then pour the concrete. So now you have the frame of the window. So, and many of them time, these people didn't have tape measure, but they did what they have to do. Very skillful. And like I'm saying, I'm sure it's not just the island. I'm sure it's many different places surviving these farms. But I'm just drawing out how skillful these people were without the tools we have today. Now, we move on to the plumber. Well, plumbing wasn't in like that in them time. Plumbing come in, basically later time. But so I wouldn't elaborate on plumbing too much. But plumbing is the next trade that you have to know how to make measurement and to know how to make your turn, know which fittings you got to use, whether you got to use the elbow, whether you got to use the coupling, whether you got to use the 45. You see what I'm saying? You got to know, because you got to know where you got to make this turn. So all this trade I'm telling you about today, you actually need tape measure. But these people had no tape measure in them time, but they did what they had to do. Right? Then we come to the farmers. When come to the farmers understand many things, like the indigenous people. They actually, how they start farming, they actually watch nature and how nature operates. They watch the ecosystem, how nature operates, how everything works in hand, and everything feeds itself. You know what I'm saying? Everything feeds itself. Now we have the trees that feed themselves. How the tree feed themselves? The tree feed themselves by dropping leaves, dropping every fall, they drop all the leaf, and they drop limbs from time to time. Then these leaves becomes rotten, decompose, and become food for the plant. Now we have the rain, the water. When the water come, the water beat the soil, wet the root of the plant, and also helps break down the leaf to become food for the plant. You never see, they understand that they never saw anybody going inside there feeding the plant with anything. What they saw the plant, nature feed everything for itself. It feed the plant, it feed the animal, and look how it works. When it feed the plants come and feed the animal, and then the plants come and also feed us. You see? So then when we throw away stuff, it get back into the soil. This is why in them times people actually like the food that they eat, the pickings, like we call it pickings. Like you peel a potato, you peel a yam, you peel a carrot, whatever you peel, you use that. If you don't have the animal to feed it to, you could use that back in your compost. You see? But these people understand that if they watch how nature operates and see how nature operates, they realize they could use the same method in their garden, the plants that they're taking care of, and able to receive, they're able to receive the nutrients, and everything, and able to produce healthy food. So they actually watch nature and how nature operate. And now, into the wall, people stray away from how nature operates. People looking for faster production. So people come up with ways of creating product to boost it and make it able to shoot up faster. You see what I'm saying? But in them time, that doesn't mean they wasn't shooting up fast. Because you could be using natural and still they shoot up fast. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is watching nature and how nature operates. Good, just take a walk through the bushes, the jungle, the trees. Take a walk. Don't be scared. Just take a walk. And when you take a walk, you will see for yourself how nature operates in there. When you go, you're gonna see rotten, you're gonna see leaves start decomposing, you're gonna see the limbs and the ground start decomposing, and that's what's feed the plant. Then nature, the rain, yes, that's how they learn how to do farm. Fishermen now. Let's talk about the fishermen. I don't know much about the older time with the fishermen and how they operate. But I know in my time, how they operate in my time was creating this, like for instance, many people go on the rocks. Many people go on the rocks, and what they do, they fishing. They have the line and the hook and they have the bait, and they will sit down on the rock and they will toss the nylon. They used to use nylon. Toss it in the ocean and they just sit down on the rock. And anything bite, they pull it up and this is how a lot of people used to do fishing, right? Then they also had where they used to have someone rushing out in the water with a diving glass. And that person just diving, just circling the area. And once they see a school of fish come in, you see they put up their hand like that. And they go out and they show basically there's a boat just there waiting. The boat is loaded with men and it's also loaded with a seine. We call it a seine. The seine is where you go around. So when the guy do this, he will go out and he will show you where you need to come and through the seine. He giving you direction. And the men will go out with a net and just circle the area. Circle the area. You know what I'm saying? And throw the net. Then they have one end of rope on that side on the sun, and there's one side on the other side. So there's people on this side pulling, there's people on that side pulling. And they pull in, they pull in. So the net now surround the fishes. You see, the net surround the fishes. So now they pull in, and then when they pull and it reach up on the shore, then you see what type of fish and how much fish they catch. That's an amazing skill. I'm telling you right now. That's an amazing skill. It's the way how they work together. Is the togetherness. You see what I'm saying? Is the togetherness. Is the way how they all come together. The way how they all walk hand in hand. And then you might be on the show and you decide, let me help them pull it in. And by you help them pull it in, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get a few fish. So you got a few fish now to go home and cook for your family. That's how it used to be. Beautiful time. Beautiful time. So I gave you carpentry, I give you mason, I give you fishermen, I give you farmers. So that's four ways, four type of way these people used to survive and happy as hell. You understand? Now let's talk about building house. How people used to get their house built in them time. What people used to do in them time to able to build your house. Yes, this is a good one. No, in them time, well, in my time, and I'm sure it was like, because there's always barter system. You know what I'm saying? In them time is barter system. You're dealing with barter system. So now you want to build a home. You want to build a home. What all you got to do, and that was so amazing. That was so amazing. Because no, you want to build a house. They got it some said, what's up? Thank you for being here. Yes. So this was really amazing. This was really amazing. Because I see many people own their house in these forms, many pieces. And how it used to be, right? You want to build a house, all you got to do is buy the material. You buy the material, like, and you ain't got to buy all the material one time. You buy material from time. You know, you have some sand, you have some cement, you have some brick, and you say, all right, let's start this thing. All you had was to do, and that was so beautiful, man. All you had was to do is get food and drinks. Food and drinks. And these people will come up on every Sunday and help you. All you had was to do is food and drinks. And people will actually get up every Sunday morning early to come and give you a hand. That was so beautiful. It's like barter system. And you know what I'm saying? So now, if one of these, and it used to go all around. Any person need work done, all they got to do, no, them time people not dealing with money, cash. People not really dealing with money like that. Not to say the money wasn't exist, it was there, but people was more looking at exchange. I help you today, maybe you can help me do something else tomorrow. And that way of living was awesome because I see people strive wonderful like that. The community was amazing. Everyone was mostly together, and in the villages, everyone was like family. It was like a family thing. It was like we all a family. Everyone looks out for each other. If you home and you go in and cook and you realize you ain't got no salt, you could go over by your neighbor send your child over by your neighbor and ask your neighbor if she could give you a little salt. And of course, the neighbor gonna send some salt for you if you don't have. Then there might become another time when the neighbor might need some sugar now. And the neighbor send over to you and ask you. And you know, honestly, them time was amazing time. I know we're living in different times now, and it's even getting worse now because everybody is mostly for the self now. You see? So it's getting worse now. But in them time, it was so amazing to see the unity, to see the come togetherness. You know what I'm saying? But we stray away from that so far. I think life was better in them form. I mean, I think life was better because no one was hungry because everyone was doing something. It's either they have the fisherman, they have the farmer, they have the plumbers, they have the carpenters, they have the mason. So, okay, so if I need a plumber, I know who to go and call. If someone need my help, that was, listen to me, that was so amazing. That was so amazing. I love that. I truly love that. But that was in the older time. That was the culture. And I'm going to tell you this, almost every island was like that. And I'm sure it's not just island. I'm sure it's many different parts of the world was like that. But then money come and replace barter system. And because money replace it, it has made it on another level now. Now people actually you guys know what I'm talking about, man. Money. You know what I'm saying? Hey boy Blue, what's going on, man? Thank you for being here, man. Yes. So money, the barter system was working perfect to me. But since money take over, everything just changed, everything went left. Everything just went left. But I used to enjoy them time. I used to enjoy just living so simple. Yes, just living so simple. You know what I'm saying? I used to enjoy just living so simple. You know what I mean? You come out the road, you play with your friends, you just have a good time and you ain't worrying about anything. You go back home, you you, you could have walked any hour of the night without scared of people. Nobody wasn't troubling anyone. People was actually living in more unity in them time. Yes, a few things might happen, but not like that. Once in a blue moon. Is over the years things start changing where the violence has increased. But before that, it was more on a peaceful manner. And in them times, the only how, the earlier time, people was only dying from natural cause. Not, you know what I mean? I'm talking about my time and little before my time. Because I know way back things used to happen different. So I can't talk for that. I'm basically talking in my time and like when my parents and grandparents tell me. But it was so different. The joy, the peace, the smile, everybody able to sit down and laugh with each other. Just laugh, 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 and laughing is so wonderful. You cook, you sit down outside, you cook, and you would fire. Even the smoke might burn your eye a little, but that was no problem for you. It was so peaceful and joyful that Man, I'm telling you, man. Hey, Fifi Johnny, what's going on? I'm just here tonight. I really didn't choose a topic. Listen, me, I'm so busy. I really didn't choose a topic, but I just come and just, these days is some real busy time. We also, yes, 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 yes. Yes, we were, the feelings of just getting up in the morning, we were so free. That's so true, boy blue. Just getting up in the morning and walk outside free. Ain't got to worry about a thing. Man, listen to me. That was some beautiful time. That was some beautiful time. Yes, I was talking about the the skill that people used to actually survive from in the earlier time. No worry, topic or no topic, we go to dive definitely. I really didn't plan anything, no topic, but I mean, there's so much to talk about still when come on the lifestyle. It's so much. When come on the food and the lifestyle, is so much to talk about. Yeah, so basically, I was talking about the the skill that people actually used to use to survive like the carpentry, the mason, the fisherman, the farmers. And I also was talking about the the saw, the tool they used to use to cut down them big logs. You know, the saw they used to use and cut, and they used to cut them so straight without a problem, without, like today, we could just put a machine, put the measure, and the machine split it down straight like an arrow. But these people didn't have no machine, but they used to, at the end of the day, they did it so well. Skill, you know what I mean? Actually using. So when I look back at that, you see how people talented and skillful. But we're losing that. We're losing that slowly. We're really losing that. But it's one thing. Once, and this is facts right here. This is facts right here. Those were some really great manual skill man. Definitely. Definitely. My grandfather had it too. That's the same. That's the same sir I'm talking about. The same sir. That's the same sir. Pull and push. Same sir. But look how they was making them cut so straight, right? Because they busting down the tree and the logs. And look how they used to make them straight. Beautiful. But one thing I know for a fact, once you learn these skills, they always remain. Even though you might stay away from them for a little, it's always there. It doesn't matter. All it takes for you to pick back up your tape measure. Say, for instance, you end it for a little while. All it takes for you to take up your tape measure, and it's all come back to you, man. It's all come back to you. So these skills is so amazing. Just look at the buildings, the old buildings, how they build them, how these guys build them. And they didn't have what they have today. But look at the design. Sometimes when I look at the design, them I just say, damn, these guys was great. You know what I mean? Sometimes I said they sure they didn't have special tools for these things. The design of some of these buildings and how they create them, and how then you have the stone man that could take a chisel. The stone man could take a chisel and create a face, oh man, these were some beautiful days. So at the end of the day, I'm sure it's not just the islands. I'm sure there's many parts of the world having the same culture, but highlighting the culture and many of these small islands is an amazing thing. And Fifi, I was watching the fish video today again. They I was walking and I was just, I had was to watch the fish video again. You check what I'm saying? The size of the size of fish. And you know what? I don't know, but the up these listen me, these videos is upliftment for, and the good thing about it too is you catch it. You know what I'm saying? You catch it yourself so they can't say, oh, you get help. You catch it and show so women could look up and say, wow, I can do that too. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful, I ain't gonna lie, it's a very interesting video. And this ties in with the islands because that's the same thing people used to do in the island. Go out fishing, and then there's people who actually used to go out with their diving glass. There's people who stand on the rock. There's people who go out who have seen in many different parts of the island. People, and you know what? These people so great. These people so great. The saying that these people used to knit for catch the fish. The saying that these people used to knit, like they knit the saying, and they will sit down and knit. Listen, these people is talented. I'm telling you, natural born talent that sit down and knit a seine, long seine, 100 feet, 50 feet to catch their fish. Watch an amazing talent. My goodness. Yes, that was a big one, absolutely. I hope I can inspire more women because if I, yes, that's that's the thing. That's the thing. When women see that, that should be damn, that should be a drive. You know what I'm saying? Because many people living in areas where they could actually go and do fishing. Many people live in areas where they could actually go and do fishing, but they don't know how. They don't know how to even put the nylon. They don't know how to set up the nylon. They don't. You understand? So these things could really inspire people. And man, that fish is something, man. Man, I really enjoy Fifi fishing. Yes, I was watching the video today again. Beautiful, lovely video, man, for real. Yes, I wish I learned how to make a fishing net. Yeah, I never really pay attention to it. I never pay attention to it, but I see people sitting doing it. You know what I mean? Like they sit down on the beach and they're sitting and they're right there knitting this thing. But sorry, I had the opportunity to learn, but I never pay attention because, I young and I trying to swim, go out there and trying to do this, play cricket, do this. I should have really sit down because if I did, I would have an idea. Yep. Way to go. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. My grandfather used to make fish net and build fish pot. Wish I have. Yes, that's it. That's a skill. I mean, something we take up, but I mean, we couldn't take up everything. We couldn't take up everything, but that's a skill we should have never make slip away. At least just knowing how to do it would be, yeah, for real. Because it's survival. I mean, it's survival. The head tastes, oh, with some potato, okra, tomato, green seasoning from the, oh, I could imagine. I could imagine. You know what? I used to love, there's a certain fish. I can't remember the name of that fish. But there was a certain fish. The head was sweet. Listen to me, he had a juice in the head. That when you crush the head, you know what I mean? The juice, and then you bite up the bone, and I can't remember. I can't remember the fish. I got to ask someone. I don't know if it's Robin. I don't know if it's Robin or skipjack. I don't know, but that fish had a sweet head. I could imagine. Yes, I right. You was that's the thing too. You was very young, and it's just so much you could have take. At the time, it's like you was going at what interests you. You see what I'm saying? But I had the opportunity to learn how to knit these things, and I never pay attention. When you saw the bowl, yes, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. There's some sweet fish out there, man. Sorry, guys. I was eating some raw okra, man. Listen, I know I was eating some raw okra. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Yes, guys. So fishing was one the what I did like about how they set up the fishing, right? Is how when we go down on morning, when we go like an early morning, sometimes when school close, we go down on the beach on an early morning. And them early morning, that's when they down there, and this is when the fish them coming in, and they circle the fish and they throw the net, and then you help pull, then you have some fresh fish to take home. But sometimes some of the guys was very greedy, man. Some of them you will help and you cannot touch a fish. You know, sometimes when you pull in the net, some of the fish beating, and a couple might flip out the net, and you trying to grab it. Some of them was very greedy when come on that. I eat raw okra today. Listen me, I eat raw okra every day. I'm telling you, every day I eat raw okra. I love okra. I love okra. Really love okra. And before it was before I couldn't eat it raw before, but now it's become easy now. It's like become like normal now. Yes, so the fish, the way how they operate it was so amazing. And you see, this is what I'm saying. These skills never leave you. All you got to do is pick up something that you used to use and it's right back. So to be able to do fishing as a kid growing up, it never leave you. So today, and you know the skill, you know the technique, you know what to do, you know when to look for them, you know, you basically have it done pack. You know what I mean? So that's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. I hope more ladies can watch that video. I hope some ladies who have the ability to fishing and have water around them able to get to see that video, and maybe it might inspire them. I can drink aloe vera, so okra is yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. Wonder, I remember when my grandmother used to give us, You see, like if you fall, like you get a fall and you fall on your stomach, or you fall wherever, the first thing she give you is a spoonful of aloe. And then she standing up right there. And you got to swallow that right in front she. And don't even think about trying to flip it on their tongue. It's not going to work. You know what I mean? But aloe was a really funny tasting, but and it still do. But you know, the more you do it, the more it become easier. The more you do it, the more it's become easier. So aloe, okra, even lettuce. When I was younger, you know what? Lettuce them time was so bitter. You have the crunch and it was bitter. So lettuce is something I used to in them time I used to, I want some kind of dressing or some kind of other thing to go with it. Now everything become it's so easy for me to eat green raw stuff these days. So easy. Okay, you know what? Since I'm talking about skill, let me see if I can find a video that can. I'm not sure if I can. I'm not sure. Hold on. I'm trying to find one of them old video. Yeah, man, skill is something, man. Natural skill, natural, able to do all these things without the right tools. And we know how not having the right tools, how the job becomes so difficult. Mm. I saw one today, but no, it's so hard for me to. Tropical, let me see what this be. And they had none with that. Oh man, are you serious? I'm trying to find one with the natural survival skill. Can't believe it's so hard to find one of them. Wow. Okay, skill. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Give me a second, please. Since I cannot find the one I'm really looking for, I might just show a video that's. I still think lettuce is easy, but I don't really like it because I don't have tea. Oh, okay, all right. It used when I was young, but now it's like 1 to 3. They don't want those information. You know what? You're right. You're right because it's like it's just hard to find them. I don't understand. I don't understand why. Why it's so difficult. Oh man, man, this is real crazy. This is real crazy. It must hunt. Okay, let me see if we can play a couple. Okay, guys. I guess I got to just pull a different video then. You know, you know what, guys? I'm gonna play a short video with woman farming in the Caribbean. Okay, Le- all that is the culture. You know what I'm saying? So let me just play a little video with woman farming in the Caribbean. And Fifi Johnny, you could put your link with the fish in the chat. You know what I mean? Okay, let's hear what they got to say. Hold on. Let me just play a little part of it.
12 years ago. And the reason why my husband fell ill. I get into farming at a very young age because around approximately 16, 17 years. Because that is where had my first child.
I've been involved in farming for the last 30 years. I want to be independent.
I took on farming really after I left college in the community college in 2020. I did environmental science and geography to help boost my studies with the biodiversity and basically just help me out with farming.
I am Joylyn Lampkin, and I'm the co-owner of Lampkin's Natural Farm, which is situated in the community of Rose Hall, North Leeward Coast, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
My name is Daphne Keto. I'm the president of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Network of Rural Women Producers.
My name is Nesta Bilinji. I am the vice president of the Network of Rural Women Producers.
My name is Melinda Robinson. I am 22 years of age. I'm an entrepreneur, but I mostly focus on farming, sustainability, and conservative methods.
This farm is a vegetable, fruits, herbs. It's a tropical food farm. So we have different income streams. We have 10 main crops that we make a livelihood from, namely guava, that's our #1 crop. In our vegetable garden, we have popular cash crops such as mustard. These are cabbages, pak choy, carrots. This is peppermint. We have lettuce, chive, okra, eggplants, hot peppers, sweet peppers. We have at least 48 varieties of indigenous food crops. We basically have a lot of herbs, 30, 35 different types of herbs.
I do a lot of mixed farming. I do mixed farming because sometimes you try to stick to one thing and then things don't work out.
We do mixed crop. We do crop rotation.
I don't use chemicals.
We are a zero chemical farm. We have a pest management program. We use natural remedies to control pests. We spray our plants with neem and garlic. And the other indigenous methods we use to control pests.
Biodiversity and the wildlife on my farm. I am building bird houses and bug houses to house different types of ladybugs, which are great pest control, and the birds, of course.
Some of the natural practices that I will use, I normally grow hot peppers. So whenever I plant cabbage, for instance, I allow them to ripen, I soak them, and after soaking them for 2-3 days, I strain off the water and then I will apply that in the spray can and I'll spray the green so that I use less herbicide.
You have to know what plant to plant with which vegetable to plant next to each other to avoid pests. In this pen, we normally house at least 300 rabbits, but since the volcanic eruption, we did not do much breeding of rabbits. So we have less than 50 right now. We use our rabbit manure because it's rich in nitrogen and it does a very wonderful work in our vegetable garden.
It's basically the horse manure, whatever leaves and different kitchen stuff, animal from the sheep manure and whatever we put together.
I usually do poultry farming, and whenever I clean my pen, I put them in the to rot. And after 3 months, I use these on the farm.
We also have bees for pollination. It is very critical that you must have.
I'm learning pest control.
Pollinators to pollinate a food farm.
Farming SVG is great because of the climate. We have suitable rainfall for majority of the year, although we're experiencing the dry season with an extended period right now in May.
We have terrible drought. We have to call this a drought. And I don't really have the capacity of the water harvesting.
We're self-sufficient in water. We have at least 40,000 gallons of stored capacity on the farm at this point in time.
I would love to have a well. You know,
a deep water.
Yeah, a deep water well. The challenges is numerous.
We don't have a seed bank in SVG, so all the seeds we get in are imported.
Might be growing a crop, and then at the end, marketing might be a problem.
It's a lot of money building these simple stances with steel. When the government get in power, they had an initiative, like they were saying that you don't have to have any collateral, so you can get a loan. So I went to see if I could get the loan, and I was successful. From getting that loan, I start to do it now in a business type of way.
This building here was made out of volcanic ash. We did not throw away the ash we scooped up from our farm. We may use the ash to make blocks, and we use this building to do pulping of fruits.
Workers is another problem. You can't get no worker at all to work in this type of weather especially.
I prefer a machinery system to be implemented, especially among the female farmers. Most of what we do, we depend on labor from other sources, and because we do not do mechanized farming, this would hinder us a lot.
I think we should have a lot of technologies because there's so much technology now that could clear land different from tractors and cutlass and hoe.
Here we have our solar panels. Because we're completely off the grid, we are integrating renewable energy technology on our small integrated farm. Any fruit that is unwanted or on the ground, we give to our rabbits and sheep. They take care of all our farm waste.
There is enough raw material in SVG to start a compost facility.
I think everybody should get involved in farming. People should grow what they eat.
Approximately 3,000 to 3,300 women farmers are heavily involved in production, livestock, as well as processing activities here in Simmons, and this is one of the many women, me, my young self.
When you plant something from an infancy, from a plant, and you monitor the way it is being coming, you have a sense of satisfaction.
I love farming because when I plant we are vegetarians. We eat only fish occasionally. So we are very mindful of where we get our food source and supply. And when we plant our own food, we know what we're eating. You know, in St. Vincent, the top 3 major diseases are cancer, hypertension, and diabetes.
Eating the organic food, you remain a bit healthier and you stay away from the doctors. If something could really come along to assist us, we will be greatly appreciative normally of that.
Man, that's inspiring. That's inspiring, man. Those videos look, you see what I'm saying? Looking pretty healthy, man. And what I like, yes, what I like, I got the honest truth, man. I got to reach out. I got to really reach out to some people, and you know what I'm saying? Because I remember, hey James, what's up, man? I remember, you know, I went on an interview one time with some people. It's Canada. They living in Canada. And I went on an interview with them about organic farming, organic gardening, and you know, they connect to me by watching my videos. They saw my videos and reached out to me and tell me they would like to do an interview with them. And yes, you know, I went and I do an interview with them, and I even send a lot of seeds for that person. The thing is, what we was trying to do, we was trying to create something. We was trying to create something that where, you know, seeds, you know what I mean? Because people want seeds, and it's seeds expensive and it's hard to, you know, but the person we was to connect to, it was so difficult to connect to them. So it's like that just went through the window. But I got to really reach out to somebody really serious, and maybe we could put something together. You know what I mean? And talk more about organic gardening. You see how these people talking about organic gardening, and they're saying they're talking about staying away from the hospital. They're talking about the disease. How much disease? 3 disease that rapidly down there. 3 of them. So I mean, it's just sad that these information don't get nowhere. It's sad that when you do videos educating people about how they could grow food, they don't get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They don't get nowhere because that's not the information to get out there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm an organic gardener, and I'm gonna just do what I'm doing. I mean, if it reach 2 people, it reach 2 people. If it reach 5, it reach 5. If it reach 10, it reach 10. I'm just still gonna do my organic garden. I'm not gonna switch to other things just to get more people to watch my videos. I'm not doing that. I'm standing on because I see the benefit for my own self. I see the benefit from my works. So for me to promote something I don't even know about, I don't think that's gonna be cool. So it's okay. I don't realize what's going on. The real information don't go nowhere. That's how it is, man. It's great that she in her early 20s. Yes, that's wonderful. And into farming. I wish it would come back all over the. I think I'm gonna try meet to get on to some people because they do have some organic farmers down there. So I think I might try to reach out to them and maybe we could walk on something. Try to keep it alive because it's it's disappearing. So try to keep it alive. Get more people involved. Get the young people involved. Teach them, educate them. They have everything there. They have everything there. You know, self-sufficiency and knowledge on how to garden. Yes, yes, yes. I agree with that. I agree with that. But that's what a pretty interesting video right there. Mm-mm. That's a good idea. Yes, I'm definitely gonna reach out to a few people. There, that same lady that you know see there, the one we had on the hut, her brother is an organic farmer as well. And I try to reach out to her brother through someone else, but I didn't get no luck. You see, but because I think the information he have and I have, I think we can, and add more people to it. I think we could, we could do something that could run throughout the Caribbean island because or many different places, not just the island. Because we all could add something. You know what I'm saying? We all have information to add to this thing. So I'm gonna keep reaching out. If I'm lucky, I'm lucky. If not, then it is what it is. But these information, man, people need to know these things. These things shouldn't be hiding. I mean, it's crazy. But it's a pretty interesting video, no joke about it. Pretty interesting video, you know. Keep trying until you thought, yep. Or maybe I might gotta go on a vacation. Maybe that's might be the easiest way so I can actually meet people. Yeah, but it's a very interesting thing to the culture remains and not melting away on a daily basis. The culture of survival, the culture of how to survive, how to use what you have right there. People actually eliminated what they have right there and trying to get other stuff. Trying to buy other stuff and they have what it takes at their fingertip. So the culture always melting and disappearing, but at the same time, it's how people actually could survive. Oh, that will be a better to actually be. Yes, 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 yes. That I think that's a better way because I try and people tell you yes, and then when time come, they maybe they didn't even pay you no mind. But I might got to take a trip and really go and seek out these organic gardeners and really have some canvas. And you see the thing about it, the good thing about you see that's why trust me. That's why I like how I do my channel because now I can actually go and present my portfolio with how I do things, and you know what I mean? And that's how people take you serious. Not just go in with your water mouth and just baba in. You actually have the work in videos. You actually have the work on papers. You see what I'm saying? So that might be something good to look forward to. Everything is being imported, even all this. That's it. Could you imagine? I mean, don't get me wrong. If you trying to get other things, like things you don't have, I understand. Like you want to grow different type of peppers that you don't have. You might want to grow different type of okra that you don't have. You know, I understand. But when come and growing food, there's no way you shouldn't have a seed bank. There's no way all this food, all these fruits, all these different type of vegetables, and no, everything is yes. That's not cool at all for to me. This is why I've been promoting about for the last 7 years. I'm on YouTube, and all I'm talking about save seed, save seed. Even sometimes people against you for say that, but I'm gonna still say it. It happening all throughout the Caribbean. Yeah, yeah, you're right. But it's sad though. It's sad. Is the source of food, how food come by. If, listen me, man. Everybody should have their their thing with seed. And which I for what I try to walk with someone and that with some, but the person was too hard for getting in contact with. Because I was trying, we could have tried for get some different type of seeds. And by he get different type of seeds and grow a crop, no, he could able to share or whatever he decide to do with others. And you give up, so you not put, apply yourself for something like that. That's not cool at all, man. That's where the whole region should come together and actually create a seed bank. Definitely. I agree with that 100%. Come together. If one island can't do it, come together. Everybody able to come together and create a seed bank. Sad to hear that somebody saying you got to import everything. Sad. All right, guys. Let me see if I find another one that can. Give me 1 second, please. Let me see if we could find another one that can. Man, this is sad. Seeds now. When you talk about seeds and people trying to discredit you and trying to tell you no, and I'm not listening to nobody like that. I'm telling you right now. Give me 1 second, guys. I ain't stopped saving seed. I'm sorry. And I'm telling people these days, save your seed because very soon it's gonna be hard to get seed. Because when people get the seed, people gonna be holding on the seed. Okay, 1 second, guys. This is something else, man. My thing is seed provide food. What is more important than seed? Seed. You know, there's a guy that's taking me to. You know what? Let me just. Okay, guys, let's watch this. Okay, let me read what Fifi say. That's a great. All right, okay. That food security, if you have the ability to create a system to preserve your food source by having a seed bank, still seed can be imported on a smaller level. Exactly. Exactly. On a smaller level, not as almost everything you import in. That's kind of okay, guys. Let's just watch. Maybe this can inspire somebody. This video here. So let's take a dive into this.
Dry period in a natural climate cycle that can occur anywhere in the world. It is a slow onset disaster characterized by the lack of precipitation resulting in water shortage. Droughts can have serious impact on health, agriculture, economies, energy, and the environment. Agricultural Officer Donowa Jackson is the Regional Supervisor for Region 2. Mr. Jackson provided guidance on what we should expect in the next couple of months regarding the impending dry period.
We were advised by CARICOF that the next 3 months or so would be very dry period, that we could experience some drought conditions. So what farmers can experience is that they can have a lot of deaths of their crops, or crop failure. You can also have reduced yield if necessary actions are not taken to mitigate against the reduced rainfall that is anticipated. Over the last 2 years or so, we had a severe drought condition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And one of the things that we would have observed is that during the period of drought, many farmers are unable to carry out a lot of the cultural practices. For example, in order to apply your fertilizer, there's a need for water. Water is very important so that the fertilizer can dissolve so that the plant can actually take it up. And there was also a substantial reduction in yield in a lot of the root crops and also in the vegetables as well.
It is well known that areas that rely on rainfall and surface water are more likely to experience drought. The mainland of St. Vincent is very reliant on water for numerous reasons. The Grenadine Islands, on the other hand, often suffer from water shortages because of the lack of rivers. In the event of a drought, these islands will be severely affected. Agricultural Officer Donowa Jackson will advise us on the importance of fruit trees in dry periods.
The fruit tree crops and that's severely impacted by drought because of their deep root system. One of the other fall off that we would have observed during the period of time too is that many farmers who normally would have planted around this time were unable to plant. And going forward, that if the drought forecast is a reality, then we would experience those same phenomena if necessary actions or steps are not put in place. Now, is important to note, we would be experiencing an El Nino effect in terms of reduced rainfall. And there are a lot of socio-economic implications as a result of that. When farmers are unable to plant, which means that they would not be able to get the sort of income that they normally would have. As also, what you would have is a reduced revenue income for household throughout the agricultural communities. And a result of that, you're going to have a decrease in employment because farmers are no longer going to employ the workforce that they normally used to employ. And also, too, we have a problem with food security as a result of reduced acreages of certain crops not being able to be grown. So there are far-reaching implications of a drought duration. Depending on the length of the drought, it can have far-reaching implications for the socio-economic well-being of many of our farmers.
A drought can last for months or years. Surface water quickly evaporates in warm, dry conditions, leading to an increased risk of drought. Mr. Jackson spoke about the impending drought and offered advice to farmers as to how they may put measures in place to safeguard against the effects of the dry period.
You see, these are the kind of people I want to connect to. You know what I mean? These are the kind of people I want to have conversation with. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy we're talking about the drought and that. Yeah, them is the people I think it's so much to share that you need to. Yeah, I like to connect to people like this that we can really have conversation about farming. I can learn from them, from here, and he could also learn a few things from me as well. For real. It's so much to learn when common gardening is just so much. So much.
Of operation that he want to carry out. You need water for critical stages of your operation. For example, if you are transplanting your seedlings, you need water to wet your plants. And also, if you need to do any sort of weed control, you need water to carry out those operations as well. So I think along that line that we're advising farmers to take necessary precautions for those who might not have access to necessary means of water storage and things of that sort, drip irrigation, that it might be best to wait until the rains start to come before you risk your limited resources to plant, and next thing you can unable to wet them and things of that sort.
According to meteorologists, the drought will affect the region in the next couple of months. This is expected to have a serious impact on the agricultural sector. Mr. Valentine Samuel is a farmer from Argyle who is already experiencing water shortage on his farm. Mr. Samuel shared his experience with us.
I am one of the beneficiaries from the Japanese climate change program, and they assist me good at that time. Just as about to giving up from being a farmer, they come in and they assist me with some tank and some zip line, and that gave me a little courage to continue. So I still adding more to the project, like getting tank, hose, and so on, because if it was not for that, I would not have been a farmer now. Being a farmer in Argyle, I encourage some of my other rest farmer that they should do like me. For instance, we go around and we buy empty barrel. You notice some holes they tread on and all behind of me. Them there's holes what we buy and we try to set up our own irrigation in our own way. So there's another guy named Joe De Silva. And he worked together in trying to set up our own little irrigation and extending on what I have.
Mr. Valentine Samuel also spoke about the other challenges as a farmer.
And the problem we face now is to find things to store the water into. And when we store the water now, to get the water by the plant root, there's a problem there. We need more drip line. We cannot find no good agriculture shop in St. Vincent. We sell the drip line, the proper holes and fittings. These are some of the problems we face. But my friend Joe De Silva and myself and other guy, we try to make the best out of what we have. And if you notice, there's a lot of barrels spread out all over the place. I go and I buy them barrels for $50 each. So when you check one up there, one day, two down there, four out by the road, I buy them for $50. And I am buying barrels just to store the water when the rain comes. But if we get maybe a 2 tank, a 3 tank, we could do more. And on this farm, it's just about 2 acres of land and farming on this farm. And I tell you, if we store 3,000 gallons of water, it could just build with about say half an acre. And which and while I want to make use of all the land in the dry season, but the water is a problem. Some years ago, Mr. Jackson Danawa introduced me to passion fruit because passion fruit could do well in the dry season, and pineapple. Which and why I tell you, watermelon and okra is my main crop. But like how things is going, I may have to change to go back to passion fruit, and pineapple could do well in the dry season just because of the lack of water. And it's really crucial around this area, crucial. Sometimes with the hay, we see the rain coming on the sea. But by the time we're ready to hit the land, it gone up Mespo, Richland Park, and you only find a little drizzling. And I have other good farmer in Vermont. About say 3 times a day, he calling me, Val, I got in a shower. You getting any out there? I say, boy, no. Just come and you go see. I dey walking, he tell me he dey sheltering. So water is the problem out there. I mostly like to grow vegetables, and watermelon is one of my main crop. And the teeth, man, I love to teeth watermelon. And when I plant, I always say I put in aside 20% of my crop just for teeth, man. So if I want to grow 1,000 pounds of watermelon, I have to try to plant in a way that I could get about say 13 to 1,400 pounds. So that by the time when they don't take what they want, I may end up with 1,000 pounds. So I say 20% of my crop, any crop, but mostly watermelon, goes to theft. Boy, I tell you, I just feel so nice when I come out and I could eat a head of lettuce. I could take 2 tomatoes and some cucumber to make a sandwich. I feel nice when I eat this. I know I grow this. This comes from my farm. Now, not even the money, but sometimes I lose money. And when I lose money, people steal from me. I feel bad. But when I wake up this morning, I could just go out the lettuce bed and pull a 2-leaf of lettuce. And I put that in my bread and I eat that. It's a joy. I feel great.
Well, oh, wow. Wow. Man, you see, farming is this is what I always say. Farming ain't no joke. No, these people, no, you gotta worry about water, Pest, who know who say that? I think Fifi know who say that. Let me see. You see how food source are going to be more and more difficult to access from seed, water, condition, pest controller. Everywhere is not just one place. Actually, everywhere. This thing is for real, man. Yes, Fifi, I think both well water and rainwater system will help if it's planned out and maintained. That's true, that's true. Oh, farming is becoming tougher and tougher as time goes by. Yes, you hear what the man, you hear? This gonna be more, it's gonna be happening more because there's people who actually is not going to plant food, but once you plant your crop, they will be coming. You see what I'm saying? They're not growing, they're not planting, but at the same time, they come into harvest. The man said 20% of his crop. He got to plant more that he can get what he looking for because 20% of his crop go to you knows what. So in every angle, it's getting tougher and tougher. And it's not just one place, it's gonna be worldwide. It's gonna be everywhere. The struggle is real no matter where you go. I feel it for. And you know what, Boy Blue? Don't you know this guy have one leg? This guy have one leg. You know what? Let me see if I see a video with him that you could see. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if I can find one fast. Okay, not that one. I am find a video, but I'm gonna play one more video just to motivate. Oh, this man is a gem. He is not complete. Right, right. And this guy have, I'm telling you, he walks. I'm sorry I can't find the video. He walk with the clutch and one hand, and doing, and how much land he doing? 2 acres. Trying to work, be positive, and yep, exactly. Yeah, so let me run this clip for a little, guys, and we talk for a little, then we just, hold on. Present. Shout out to agribusiness. Thank you for this video. I have no rights to this video, but shout out to agribusiness. Appreciate these videos, man. You guys doing an amazing job. Thank you all.
In 2016, during the World Food Day celebration, Viola Graves was one of the lucky farmers who received an award for organic farming. Less than 1 year later, last Thursday, March 23rd, the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture teamed up with Agricultural Officer Shamika Grant and visited Graves' farm, where a routine farm visit was conducted.
Due to the weather condition presently, we have average rainfall, and right now we have a lot of butterflies. So we're ensuring there's limited diamondback moth, which would damage all her leaves. They are at folding stage, so we're trying to minimize that as possible. The diamondback moth, it's a little butterfly. Once it stings the leaves, it causes distortion of the cabbages. So we're gonna observe, we're gonna scout the field, we're going to check. Once we find if it's limited, then we will just remove. If there is an infestation, we would advise spraying. Chemical treatment for diamondback moth. Right now we have Phoenix. We would use an application rate of 1 to 2 teaspoons per gallon. Um, we can also incorporate some boosters, which would boost the plant.
During the visit, Graves expressed that farming is hard work. I do it as a pleasure.
Sometimes when I go to the market and you see the price you have to pay for the goods, I tell myself I wouldn't be able to make it, so I get into farming.
Though Graves oftentimes farm on her own, she expressed that she has a number of persons that work with her periodically, one which is her husband.
I have a guy working with me, and he helped me to um, get the post for the chalice, but I myself put up the chalice. And my husband, he in, and I have a worker. He built the beds. My husband helped me with a little weeding, and I have 2 girls normally work with me to do the weeding.
Though Graves is a resident of Korea, she farms on approximately 1.5 acres of land in Evesham, where she cultivates cucumbers, cabbages, and carrots. Graves, who has been farming for 5 years, says she is a strong believer of organic farming.
Last year, I received an award at the World Food Day celebration for organic farming because I'm a strong believer of organic farming. If you notice these cabbage, they have no artificial manure. It's just foul dung and rotten leaves, organic. That is my main thing. And now I have more lands down to the bottom, down there, and I want to do some more of that farming down to the bottom.
The vegetable farmer stated that marketing is the major problem she faces.
This cabbage now, you see, they're in folding stage, and I have to leave tomorrow, and the cucumber in bearing stage. And by next week, I'll be having about 50 pounds of cucumbers to pick at least. So I have to go into town tomorrow and try to check out the supermarkets and various vendors and stuff like that to get market. But again, they give you what they like. Sometimes they tell you that the price gone down a lot on the market. And after spending so much money and time, you could hardly get back the money that you spent. So that is the disadvantage of farming. We need markets.
According to Graves, she ensures she practices record keeping.
When I walk the land, to walk the money that I spend for the land, I put down that amount of money. I keep records of what I do and what I do not.
The confident Graves says that there are a number of benefits that she derives from farming.
It helped me to pay my bills, and it keep me occupied most of the time, because right now I would have been home just sitting down and just lingering around, but now I'm in my garden and I feel comfortable over here. So it's a hobby for me. So I feel good.
My life is essentially being on tour. How do I?
Sorry for that, guys. Man. This is interesting. You know what I'm saying? These people is basically organic farmers, and that's awesome. That's awesome. And sticking to, you see, and this is the thing, man. She seems she was doing farming for a while. And this is the thing about farming. This is the thing about farming. This is why I don't open up myself too wide when come on people introducing me to this product. You know, I try to share myself away from them, because you could get distracted easy. Even though what you have working for you beautiful, you still could able to run and buy something. So we got to be firm and try to focus on the things we know and the things that's working. We know what we use it and it working for we know it healthy. We know what it is. We know what we put in around our food. That's where we got to stay, because you get production. At the end of the day, you're doing it natural and you're getting beautiful production. So why you're gonna listen to someone introducing you to some thing they don't even know about? You know what I'm saying? It's such a sad situation for a local farmer, especially after putting in all the hard work. Well, you know it ain't no easy work. Then have to go market to get sell, to produce, only to be paid less. Sad. As this is, and you know what? This is what killing agriculture. This is what actually destroying agriculture in countries, because the local farmer cannot get market for their product. Then the local people, it's cheap. They sell the product in the store cheaper than the local farmer. So now, if you're having a conversation with someone and you say, you know what? Why you don't buying food from the local farmer? Their food is organic. Why you buying processed food? The first thing they turn to you and tell you, well, it's cheaper. That's what they could afford. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that you growing natural food and you can't get it for sale because there's something else process, selling cheaper. Man, the struggle is real. This, listen me. This is just it's just to see what's actually going on in different places. And in no different places is everywhere. Is everywhere. And I remember in the early time when people used to be trafficking, they used to call it traffic, like food from island to different island, you know what I'm saying, and different places. And people used to be doing well, even with the banana. Banana, people used to do well with banana. Edos, Dashin, Tanya, because at that time they had market for them. Now I'm seeing they're trying to create a market for Dashin. But I'm gonna just say shout out to the people them who try to do it as natural as possible and who staying away from things they don't know about. Shout out to you guys, man. Just keep on doing what you're doing. You know the benefit of you doing it. So just focus on that, man. Just focus on that. I'm still trying to find that one with the guy. I just want to see that video, man. It's heartbreaking because this guy actually doing this on one. See how the man pulling the hole with 1 foot, man. Wow. You know what, guys? Can I show you a video with a rock, with a gorilla face? Let me show you this video. A shout out to Vinci Cation Adventure. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for this video, man. Shout out to you. Amazing video. Guys, this is not my video. This is Vinci Cation Adventure. All right. Shout out to you. All right. All right. I'm just going to be. Okay, give me a minute there, guys.
Looking for a getaway. You should consider the Caribbean. An irresistible atmosphere awaits you, so take a cruise or visit by air. Under the moonlight, under the starlight,
All right, guys. Just pay attention, okay? Look at the rock and look at the face of the rock. They call it gorilla rock. Look at the face. And if you recognize it, if you see what I'm saying, please press 1, all right? Thank you.
under the dark skies, looks like paradise, yeah. Under the sunshine, shining so bright. I know the summertime is filled with so much light. It's paradise. This is paradise. This is paradise. Caribbean paradise. It's paradise. This is paradise.
Yes, yes, okay.
This is paradise.
All right.
Caribbean paradise.
Yes,
vacation, make you wanna visit there. Feel the energy in the air. Let's climb the tropical mountains, sail the deep blue seas, yeah. Under the moonlight, under the starlight, under the dark skies, looks like paradise, yeah. Under the sunshine, shining so bright. I know the summertime is filled with so much light. It's paradise. This is paradise. This is paradise. Caribbean paradise. It's paradise. This is paradise. This is paradise.
Yeah, man.
Caribbean paradise. Greet somebody. Hug somebody. Dance with somebody. This is paradise. Yeah. Greet somebody. Hug somebody. Dance with somebody. Must be paradise. Yeah. Under the moonlight. Under the starlight.
Yes. You guys see it, right? They call it gorilla rock. It's shaped just the face. You could naturally see the gorilla face, man. Man, it's so much to see, man, in the island. And the thing about it, man, is just natural. Ain't nothing create. Ain't nobody build it. These are just natural stuff. This is what I'm saying, man. For the people who trying to travel on vacation, do your research. There's many different kind of islands that you can actually see and travel to. Beautiful, beautiful island. Grenada, Dominica, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, St. Kitts. All these islands, you barely hear about them, but there's so much natural beauty actually to able to adore, able to enjoy their food, their culture. Everything about them is just amazing. Not saying, I'm just saying for places for vacation. I'm not saying where you are not beautiful. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes you want to go in the tropical. Like for the people who want to go to the tropical and enjoy the sun, the breeze, the blue water, there's many islands. Not just one, not just two. Many out there. Many of them. So one more video and then I'm definitely going on. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming out tonight, man. Thank you guys so much. Still trying to find this video because this video is a motivator, man. You know? So much. Okay. Okay, you know what, guys? I can't find it, but I'm going to play this last video. And you remember I was showing a video before when I say the guy brother, with the lady, her brother. This guy is an organic farmer. And let's play this. And then we just... Okay, let me see it. Hold on. Okay, let me see what the chat's saying for us. Yeah, man. Is that a natural form? Yes, natural. Natural. That's a natural form rock, Fifi. Yep. There's so much to explore in the Caribbean. It's a treat with definitely. You know what? If a person, no, for real, if someone, right, decide to just say, you know what, let me take a full month, just a full month, and just tour the Caribbean island, it will be a treat for real. You will see so much natural beauty. I'm not talking about makeup beauty that people create. I'm talking about natural beauty. You will be amazed. Oh yes, that is so true. Okay, all right. Let's listen to this guy for a minute. He's an organic farmer as well.
Chester Connell, and this is Agriculture Off the Grid. The fertility of the soil in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, particularly on the main island of St. Vincent, is well known to those who farm it. Yet, Vincentian consumers spend up to $100 million every year purchasing imported food, imported meat, imported fruit, imported vegetables, imported cereal, and many other types of food, all imported. Most of these foods, of course, have chemicals from the moment they're picked. They're picked green, of course, and they are filled with dyes, coloring, unnamed chemicals, most of them unreported. Off the Grid Media followed two Vincentian farmers who have made the brave and wise decision to use no pesticides on their farms. Luke Panett is a farmer who practices permaculture. Permaculture imitates a type of farming that was practiced by the indigenous peoples of the Caribbean before the arrival of the Europeans. The Kalinagos obviously had no man-made pesticides or chemicals, and so they followed Mother Nature closely in the ways she grew food in the forests, and the Kalinago imitated. Very aware of Mother Nature, they observed that trees and forests attracted rain and grew abundantly with much variety. The Kalinago also observed that forests naturally existed like a well-run organic factory, all without the interference of one single human being.
So in the food forest, that's what you're trying to develop. And I think that most of St. Vincent could be turned into a productive food forest, you know, resembling in nature something like a normal forest, but with plants that are useful to man, whether they be medicinal or food or whatever.
Today, Luke and his family visit another farmer, Lennox Lampkin, on his chemical-free farm where gifts in the form of plants and information are exchanged.
In terms of our nutritional security and those kind of things, we need our protein sources that are not necessarily all animal-based.
But here what I believe. These farmers use no chemicals, providing a safe environment for crops and humans. They encourage other farmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to do the same. After climbing an orange tree to pick the fruit to offer his guests, Lennox and Luke engage in a discussion on food and nutrition.
No, when we say food security, don't we mean as a nation?
That is food sovereignty which we're looking at. In other words, our food should be sovereign.
Our food should come from where we live.
Right, that is food sovereignty.
Oh,
That's not food
security.
That is not food security.
Okay, food
when food is secure, it means you have enough food to eat. It's a belly full. I'm saying we should not adopt the concept of food security wholesale. We shouldn't adopt it. We should adapt it to our situation. In other words, we have to look at what could we produce here that we could eat and could give us adequate nutrition. That's really what we have to focus on. Because food frankly speaking, is secure.
But I don't think when we depend on what you're saying, just $300 million worth of imports a year. When we depend on $300 million of imports, I don't think that's secure.
No. But what I'm trying to tell you is that
the food is here.
The food is around. The food is secure. We have
No, but hold on. If we stop that import of 300 million, right?
Yeah.
The lag time we would have till we could get production and systems in place to feed people to have secure food here is a different matter.
No, that's not true. The problem really is that there is food on the ground. A lot of people do not consider what we have as food. So there is a considerable amount of waste. We have stuff that a lot of food that we have here is not even identified. We have to first sit and identify our food. So there's a lot of stuff on the farm here that's edible. But do we eat it? No. It wastes. Instead of going out and picking the pigeon peas and eat pigeon peas, we import split peas. And our pigeon peas waste. And we then say we're not secure in food.
Brave sells okra from America.
Right. But don't tell me. What I'm trying to say is that there is food. There is sufficient food on the ground. But we need to redefine food. And we must stop talking about food security and start to talk about nutrition security. Because in the abundance of food, people are still malnourished.
Yep.
Huh? And when I say malnourished, it could mean undernutrition, but it could mean in some cases also overnutrition. So the nutrition is imbalanced. That's right. So you got lots of certain foods that clutter up your stomach, fill your stomach, and probably make you obese, yes? Because your body stores a lot of the stuff that it can't use at the time, any form of fat. You know, waiting for you to go hungry a day, and then it could really then use up that fat. But that day never comes. You understand? So we got to really review the whole issue. So let's stop talking food security. Let's now start to talk about nutrition security and food sovereignty.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. You see? This is the thing. You can't just talk, man. You gotta know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're talking about. It ain't just about talking. The guy talking real facts there. Oh, you better make sense with talking to this dude. Yep. This is a powerful statement. That's it, man. That's it. This is the thing, man. You gotta know where you are about and where you stand for. And you know what I mean? You can't be all over the place when come and farming and what you are about and what you gotta be grounded and know what you are about. And you also gotta know, because there will always be people. There will always be people who trying to test you on your information. So you got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he didn't even give a That's the thing, boy Blue. That's the thing. You got to close them down, man, because it ain't make sense. So why allow you to prolong? You don't start already, so shut you down and just let you understand. If you notice, the lady and I was agreed with the guy. Man, yeah. Yeah, with what he said, the farmer is making definitely. What the guy saying make a lot of sense. The food is on the ground. He correct. But plenty people don't consider it as food. You see? So now what he is telling him, oh, you got to create the sauce and you got to create that you could, you know, before you could able to feed the people. But the guy is saying the food is on the ground. People just not considering it as food. Mango. People allow it to waste, spoil on the ground. Soursop, spoil on the ground. Golden apple, drop, spoil on the ground. Jar plum, spoil on the ground. Everything. People allow them to spoil. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't value them as food. But the food is on the ground right there. So yes, he had us to close them out. Too much waste, and it's readily available and free. They prefer, that's the thing. That's the thing. And I mean, people could mess with your mind so bad that you could actually neglect the food you have and yearning for other food. The food you grew up on, the food you know, and neglect that and yearning, because when you look like today, you see, in them time, right? In them time, what we used to do with mango most of the time, most thing we used to do with mango is eat them. That's the most thing we do with mango. Soursop we used to eat, we used to make juice, we used to, but most thing we used to do with mango is eat them. I'm sure people used to make juice. I'm sure people make other things, but the most we used to do is allow them to ripe and eat them. Now into the wall, we understand that is so much you could use mango for. You see what I'm saying? Juice. You could eat them like that. You could put them in smoothie with other fruits. You could use it in make smoothie, mix up with kale and other stuff. So much things now. You open too with mango, that one fruit. So now, instead of you have them wasting, use them. You could use them and make all different type of recipe. So what the guy is saying make a lot of sense. The food is there. People just not looking. You know what I'm talking about, man. But wow. Juice, preserve, salads, stew. Exactly. So much you can use. Curry mango can make all sorts of, that's what I'm saying. And it's easy to, because you could go on YouTube and get all the information, how to make it, how to do this, how to, and you could get the information. When I watch people telling me about baby food, they want baby food in a, you know what I'm talking about. When you could grab 2 fruit and have a blender in your house too, you know. You say have a blender, right? But you could grab 2 fruit. You could grab banana. You could grab carrots. You could grab a pear, apple. You could blend up your own fresh, organic baby food, and you'd rather go and buy one. I mean, it just not making sense to me. You have a blender. There's so much mangoes, golden apples, there, everything. And you thinking about the one in the bottle. I mean, I don't know, man. Especially people that do exactly. That's what I'm saying. Mango is, and right, mango is a good source of giving taste and flavor. Beautiful source of giving flavor. So that's how it is, man. I mean, it is what it is. We in a new era, new generation approaching. So we all gonna it will never be the same. What the way how it was for we is not gonna be for them, because what we learn in school, they learn something different. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it is, man. But guys, I hope this live tonight was interesting. I hope this live motivate you guys. Thank you, boy. No? Okay, let me see if Fifi said. Well, I made baby food for my peanut from the food I grow. Okay. Okay, what is more healthy than that? I'm just saying. And you know what? Even you don't have a blender, you could boil the food, the carrots, the potato. You could boil them and mash them for the baby. So I didn't want to go too far, no deeper on that, because I don't want to offend nobody. But I'm just trying gesture of how easy it is to make some baby food. Easy and simple. Okay? Yes. Yes, guys, as always, thank you guys for coming out again. To me, tonight was a very interesting night. Show a few clips, not my clips, but shout out to each and every one of you guys for these videos. I mean, it's inspiring videos. It really is, because it makes us see things from not exactly where we are, but in other places, that things that people actually going through. Was an enjoyable live. The video was, we do more. I agree with that. Thank you for that, boy Blue. Thank you. And shout out to everyone. Videos was amazing. It's eye-opener to what actually going on with the weather, the water. You know, some people real tough on getting water. And there's other place flooding out. It's not easy, man. And this is not a situation just going on one place. It's going on everywhere. Who ain't getting water, getting the heat. Who ain't get right? Who getting? Some people ain't getting the rain and the flood, but they get in the heat. And some people get in the rain and not too much heat. So you're getting affected somehow or the other. Okay, but this is the time where we are now, so we got to just look forward to our future. It's always good to look back, but it's always good to look at the future, at what's coming. So you be aware. The past already gone. The future is approaching. Now we got to focus on what's coming, because we got to adjust ourselves while it's coming. You see what I'm saying? Yes. Great Life Planter, thanks for the videos and the information, because sometimes it's good to see what is going on. Definitely. Thank you for that. Appreciate that, Fifi. Thank you. Thank you, Boy Blue. Thank you, Fifi. Thank you, James, and everyone who passed through this live tonight. Thank you, guys. Don't forget, every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Caribbean Culture and Lifestyle. Don't forget, if you are interested in coming up on stage and talk about the culture, nothing personal, just the culture of the island you grew up on, please feel free to reach out to us, and we could arrange for you to come up and we could have a conversation every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we laugh, we have fun, but tonight was more Thank you, Fifi. I appreciate that. Tonight was more of a information and seeing other places and what other people going through. That's what tonight was about. So we have times where we come and we laugh all night, and then time we come with the information. So it's a place to have fun. It's a place to where you could come and enjoy yourself. It's a place where you could come and learn about other culture and other people and how they live in. You know what I'm saying? And as we see tonight, other people in other places actually struggling in farming. All right. So thank you guys as always. All right, guys, that's an email in case you want to reach out to me. If you want to come up on this platform, you could always email me and we could arrange that. But thank you guys again for coming through. Thank you, Fifi Johnny. Thank you, Boy Blue. Thank you, Jim. Everybody who passed through tonight, thank you guys. And you're always welcome to come back. Peace, love, and blessing to each and every one of you. You guys have a blessed and wonderful night. All right? All right. Peace.